Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on Montana This Morning. I'm Augusta McDonald.
And I'm Louis Dorch. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday. Augusta finally made it to the end of the week.
Finally to the end of the week. Happy Friday, everyone.
Yes, and if you have plans you want to get out this weekend, we're going to start to see a little bit of clearing as we go into really late Saturday and moving into Sunday. So we do have some clearing on the way. We are going to be dealing with still some scattered snow showers today and moving into tomorrow. So here's your watches and warnings that we still have lingering around. These are going to be through 11 a.m. this morning. As, like I mentioned, scattered snow showers still in the forecast. So anywhere in the pink, that's that winter storm warning. In the purple, that's the winter weather advisory. The advisory has expired, though, for the Missoula and Bitterroot valleys, as there was one issued late yesterday morning, as we did see that system slide a bit further south and picked up around 2 inches of snow in the Missoula area. Here's your forecast headlines. So like I mentioned, lingering rain and snow showers today through tomorrow. High pressure is going to build in. So we're talking about inversions and fog developing on both Sunday and Monday morning. Then active weather returns as rain and snow moves in Tuesday through Friday of next week. We'll talk more about that here in just a few minutes.
All righty. Thank you, Louis. This morning, the debate over immigration reform is being overshadowed by reports of presidential profanity in the Oval Office. Several lawmakers are calling the comments racist. This as the president today will sign a declaration honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hanadoba explains.
After coming under fire for some racially charged comments he reportedly made about immigrants, President Trump in a late-night tweet defended his immigration priorities, writing in part, "It is my duty to protect the lives and safety of all Americans. We must build a great wall." The president's controversial comment came during a meeting with lawmakers on immigration. A source confirms to CBS News that Mr. Trump used an expletive to refer to Africa, Haiti, and El Salvador, saying, quote, "Why are we having all these people from blank countries come here?" The president then suggested the U.S. admit more people from countries like Norway.
An honor to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Whose prime minister he met with on Wednesday. Republicans and Democrats alike condemned Mr. Trump's remarks.
The statements of the president are reprehensible, they're racist.
Several lawmakers took to Twitter. Republican Senator Orrin Hatch wrote in part, "I look forward to getting a more detailed explanation regarding the president's comments." The Congressional Black Caucus tweeted, "Further proof that his Make America Great agenda is really a Make America White Again agenda."
We have in the White House someone who could lead the Ku Klux Klan.
The Haitian government has summoned the top-ranking U.S. diplomat there to explain the president's comments. Hanadoba, CBS News, New York.
The White House did not deny the president's reported remarks. A spokesperson released a statement that said in part, quote, "Certain Washington politicians choose to fight for foreign countries, but President Trump will always fight for the American people," end quote. Winter Watch this morning, the avalanche danger has been hiked to high in the southern Missions and Swan Ranges. Travel in avalanche terrain is not recommended as a considerable avalanche danger exists, according to the West Central Montana Avalanche Center. Logan King says that the southern Missions and southern Swan Mountain Ranges have taken the brunt of the storm thus far, and more snow will further stress that snowpack. And while a high avalanche warning might deter some people from enjoying the Montana backcountry, it does not mean you have to avoid your outdoor activities altogether. Packing the right equipment like a transceiver to send and receive a signal to members of your group can keep you safe in these conditions. Keeping a shovel and an avalanche probe can also help, but understanding your surroundings is the easiest way to have fun while staying safe in the backcountry.
I mean, stay off them slopes greater than 30 degrees, wind-loaded slopes, where the wind obviously has pushed the snow from one side of the mountain over to another side, you know, and them are generally very unstable. But yeah, if it's a high avalanche danger, you just, you know, you just play in a lower elevation and flatter stuff.
Make sure you check avalanche conditions online before heading out this weekend to avoid those problematic areas. And to keep an eye on the changing conditions in western Montana, all you need is a mobile device. Just download the KPAX or KJ Storm Tracker weather apps to get on-the-go forecast from our Storm Tracker weather team. It's free in the Google Play or App Store. One woman is dead after a car accident that happened yesterday afternoon between Columbia Falls and Whitefish, leading to a second crash in the same spot. Trooper John Underwood with the Montana Highway Patrol says that the first crash involved two vehicles, a dump truck and a passenger car. The dump truck was headed west on Highway 40, approaching the intersection of Dillon Road when the driver of the car heading east lost control of the vehicle and crossed the center line for unknown reasons. The driver of the dump truck was unable to avoid hitting the car, hitting the back of it. The female driver of the car died on scene. Immediately after the first crash, two vehicles collided while trying to avoid the wreckage. Occupants in both vehicles were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Underwood says road conditions and speed are suspected factors in the fatal crash, but the incident remains under investigation. On the Flathead this morning, crews are tearing down the first viable Frank Lloyd Wright designed building to be demolished in more than 40 years. The teardown began Tuesday night after a failed negotiation to buy the property. Plans to demolish the Whitefish building first surfaced in November of 2016. Since then, organizations including the Montana Preservation Alliance and the Frank Lloyd Wright Building Conservancy have been working to put a deal in place. On Monday, a full price $1.7 million offer was submitted to the building owner by 341 Central LLC out of Chicago. Disagreements over the security deposit amount and concerns over the building's current condition led the deal to fall through before yesterday's deadline set by the seller. The building was on the National Register of Historic Places, and there is no timetable of when the demolition will be completed. Top stories this morning. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is now a citizen of Ecuador. He's been living in asylum at the Ecuadorian embassy in London for more than 5 years. Assange is subject to arrest in Britain for jumping bail and fears possible extradition to the U.S. for allegedly publishing leaked classified documents. And hope is dimming in the search for survivors of the California mudslides. At least 17 people, all from Montecito, are dead, and more than 40 are still unaccounted for. Many beaches in Santa Barbara County are closed to swimmers because of contamination from the floodwater. On the East Coast, the January thaw will be turning back into winter weather following more snow, heavy rains, and possible flooding in the Northeast. This morning, travel is expected to be impacted from the Midwest to the Northeast. Hanadoba has more on the problematic temperature shift.
As a powerful storm takes aim across the Midwest this morning, a large swath of the U.S. is experiencing huge up and down extremes in temperature. Just days after matching the longest cold snap on record, Chicago was flirting with historic warmth on Thursday, but is headed for below freezing temperatures again over the weekend.
It was just really nice, and now it's like really cold. As you can see, we're not very prepared.
In Nashville, Tennessee, Department of Transportation crews are preparing. They've got about 230,000 tons of salt and over 1.6 million gallons of brine ready to go. But with temperatures reaching 70 degrees Thursday, drivers aren't too sure they believe a winter storm is coming.
I'm in shorts today, so who cares? We'll see how it happens. We'll see what happens.
Strong winds and heavy snow caused near whiteout conditions in Dallas County, Iowa Thursday. And that potentially dangerous weather is moving into central Indiana.
If you do not need to be outside, don't go outside. Frankly, weather like this may very well affect your entire day.
Freezing roads are a concern throughout much of the East Coast, as record highs during the week are predicted to be followed by a drop of as much as 40 degrees over the weekend. Hanadoba, CBS News.
Flooding will also be a concern through much of the Northeast, as areas from just north of New York City to Boston and Maine are expecting as much as 2 to 3 inches of rain to fall, on top of mounds of already melting snow. Joining us now in the Storm Tracker Weather Center, meteorologist Louis George has more on our conditions. Louis.
All right, thank you, Augusta. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so this is kind of an indication here of what's happening across the country. This is the cold air. So the cold air is really moving in just to the east of us, and then it's extending all the way into the Midwest, and then it's going to reach as far as areas from to the southeast, and that's as it's really digging in out of Canada. But notice how we're really not going to hit it here in far western Montana. We're staying up in the 20s and 30s this morning, while areas just east of the divide are looking at temperatures below zero. Wind chill values in many of these areas are anywhere from 20 to 30 degrees below zero. So if you are traveling east of the divide today and especially through the weekend, prepare to bundle up. If you're west of the divide, we're looking at temperatures by tomorrow, middle and upper 30s. Very pleasant weekend out there. 31 right now in Missoula, 37 Hamilton, 29 Sula, 30 in Salmon, 21 Kalispell, 27 in Troy, 31 this morning in St. Regis. And yes, we are still seeing a little bit of light snow. Most of this is now in southwestern Montana for this morning. We have some snow falling. Looks like around Hamilton, Darby, Stevensville. Some of this is a rain-snow mix for the valleys, really not accumulating on the ground there. So this is our First Security Bank ICAM in Hamilton. Notice we have those wet streets, but temperatures above freezing right now, so really not dealing with too bad of ice, but we are seeing some slushy spots in some areas. Now the passes, that's a different story. If you are traveling over the passes, give yourself a lot of time as snow and ice is reported really on all the passes. Lolo Pass, snow covered, snow and ice with change required as you're heading over Lookout Pass if you are towing a vehicle. Here's some of the webcams. Snow is still falling over Lolo Pass, and there you can see snow covered roads with some snow and ice being reported on Lost Trail Pass. Here's your Hamilton hour by hour forecast. Backdrop, beautiful photo from Cindy. Cindy, thank you so much for this picture. Temperatures again going to warm up, middle and upper 30s, above average, with a good chance of rain and snow this morning, less of a chance of some rain as we roll into the afternoon. Kalispell hour by hour forecast, we'll see about a 30% chance of snow this morning, then around a 50% chance some light snow as we roll into the afternoon with highs in the 20s and lower 30s. 7-day forecast for Missoula, a slight chance of rain and snow showers today, and then we'll see some high pressure, so fog possible Sunday and Monday. Temperatures middle and upper 30s, so not bad at all. Kalispell 30 today, upper 30s tomorrow with a rain-snow mix, and again some fog on Sunday and Monday as high pressure builds in. Hamilton, rain and snow showers today and tomorrow, then we'll start to clear it out with temperatures in the middle and upper 30s next week.
All righty, thank you, Lewis. We hope you're having a great morning. We'll be back right after this.